What's up, YouTube? I know right now nobody's really subscribed to me. Nobody really's following me on my, Robinson's Lawn Care Keeping It Real channel. But, a little story about me is I actually was a rapper before I turned into a lawn care business owner. And when I first moved to California in '99, my cousin was out there. He was working with the producer Too Short, which was G-Mac, and I ended up getting signed to Sick With It Records with E40. So we out there in the Bay Area, all California. I was out there 15 years doing music. Made a lot of money. Came back to Detroit because my mom was sick, so had to come back to Detroit, and I put out 3 mixtapes, and that third mixtape ended up being in the gas stations and was selling so good that I had promoters wanting me to do shows. So long story short, a year ago I ended up having a little girl, with my wife, and I couldn't be in the clubs all the time, in the penthouse suites and acting like I was single, and so I had to cut it. And I always wanted to do lawn care, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna buy a truck, buy the equipment, and do what I have to do. And at that time, I only had maybe $2,000 left of all the money I had. You blowing money, especially in that lifestyle. You always blowing money on clothes and cars. I had all kind of fancy cars, Jaguars, Benzes, Cadillacs, and so yeah, a year ago I ended up buying a little $900 truck. I got a video of the truck. I still got it. It's an old 96 truck. I had to put a couple thousand in there to keep it running, but it goes to show that, I didn't even think that doing lawn service was possible. And it all started because I said I wanted to do it, and I actually started doing junk removal. Once I got my truck, I passed out some flyers. I was getting calls after calls every day about junk removal. And even though that was cool, I just really didn't like it, having to lift stuff, and people wanted me to clean out their yards, and I was just like, no, this isn't it. So I end up going on the website, and here's a secret for you guys who don't want to go out and pass out flyers, but you also have to spend money on this website because they use credits. So if you spend $20, you get 12 credits, so you can send out about 6 quotes to people that want lawn service, and it's called Thumbtack. So it's www.thumbtack.com. If you go on there, you sign up, you can put in your bio, pictures, and every time somebody wants a request for lawn service or even snow removal, then you get it to your phone if you set it up to where you get notices from your phone. And I was doing that. My wife was actually putting in bids, and man, we were getting them, $80, $80, and people were like, cool. And that's basically how I built, 62 customers last year. And you always get those one-time deals where somebody just wants you to cut one time, so with those, I would charge $100. And man, getting that money was just like, it was a good thing, because I never would figure that doing the lawn service could really be so easy. Some people may think or say it's so hard, and I watch all the YouTube videos of people, and you want to deal with somebody that's young, that's fly, that comes from the streets, that's got the knowledge, that could say, hey, I'm from the streets, I was the hustler on the block, I was the rap star. Now look, now I'm doing lawn service, and I'm my own boss, and I'm making good money. So You know, I'm the inspiration for those type of people, you know, that basically kind of is coming from nothing, that think they can't do it, to believe me, you can do it. If you got a truck, you got some lawn equipment, because when I started, I only had 21 inch lawnmower, not even self-propelled, and I hated it. Like, oh man, I was busting my butt. But the one thing is, if you're trying to build a business, it's a difference between somebody that just want to cut grass just to do it, like an employee, and somebody who wants to cut grass and build it as a business where you're more actually out getting customers. And even though you still have to cut the grass because you don't have anybody, you know, cutting grass for you, but eventually you're going to hire one of your friends, somebody, you know, you could trust, and say, hey, you know, get in this truck, go cut these grasses. I got to get out here and get more customers for the business. Now you're becoming business minded, and you're thinking, you know, as a business person. Yeah, I went to college for business when I was in California. I went to Oakland Community College. I went to was in business class for 1 year, so I learned a lot. But I always had that hustler mentality, because again, I'm coming from the street. So, you know, we was always on the block hustling. And, you know, this is a hustle. It isn't for those people that are scared to go out there and get it. I mean, why live in fear? That just doesn't make sense. But this is for all the people that I don't know, who maybe one day, as time goes on, will actually start checking out more of my videos. And, you know, you could go as far back as my first video where I was talking about my truck, how I was out passing out flyers. And literally, I pass out flyers like every day. The last, Saturday and Sunday, I was doing some leaf removal, so made $200. I got a video about when I brought a backpack blower. I brought that for $212. I made my money back in 2 days. And it's funny, because when I got my truck, I paid $900 for the truck off the car lot. And I say about a week and a half later, I had made my money back off junk removal. It was crazy. That's what gave me the inspiration to say, hey, you know what, this can be done. And I'm letting all the people that's sitting there probably, you know, young, don't have a job, you know, or somebody that has a job and they thinking, man, how can I do this? You know, the first thing you have to do, truthfully, is you have to save up your money so that way you can at least get a vehicle, some type of a truck. If you got enough money where you can get a vehicle and a trailer, you know, do what you got to do. I remember last year my truck went down, and I was renting a U-Haul truck, and I had to hustle because it was in the fall. So I was doing so many leaf removals just to pay for that truck, because I had it for a whole month, and it was like about $1,200 for that, you know, to rent that truck out. So it was really crazy. I had to bust my butt, but it just goes to show that you can do it if you believe in yourself. And this is Robinson's Lawn Care, keeping it real. I'm out. Peace.